In the name of Allah, most gracious, most merciful, peace be upon you. Apologies, I speak slowly. To speed up this video, click on Settings, bottom right of the screen, then click on Speed and select a suitable speed. I want to talk about my visions of hell and information that I learnt about Dajjal. Now, some parts of it are in quite a poetic form because I felt that was quite an appropriate way to deliver this message. So, I had graduated in engineering and had been working for an automotive consultancy for a few years. Work was going well, except I was facing pressures to work long hours even though I had a 5-year-old daughter. My husband was abroad. I started loving Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala more and more. I was worshipping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala more and more. I couldn't sleep at night. I wanted to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala all night. Days and weeks passed like this. I started to feel Allah was speaking with me, a strange vibration from which I could gain information. In the year 2000, I sent a letter to Tony Blair asking him to put banners all over the country asking for God's forgiveness, otherwise the punishment of Allah will start when there is a smoke which appears in New York. He did not reply. It was as if information was coming into me in a sudden, powerful way. I knew the beast was here and Dajjal was here. I knew that Dajjal would take over minds of people through dreams. I knew Allah would teach me the meaning of dreams. I deteriorated until everyone was possessed by Dajjal. The peace in my mind was totally gone. I became terrified of demons and devils and witches. My prayers were not strong. My daughter saw my fear, heard my fear, and showed her fear. She screamed, "Don't hurt me, Mummy," when I stood to pray. I realized I had turned into some black magic witch, which would drive my baby girl insane. That was when I knew I had to return to the place I had come from, where birds twittered, bees buzzed, and summer flowers grew in the meadows. Alhamdulillah, I healed and realized at some point I had lived through the touch of the devil. This became a distant memory as I moved on with my life. I forgot about Dajjal and the beast and everything. I completed my PhD and then returned to engineering. I have read the Quran throughout my life and wondered about the story of Prophet Joseph, peace be upon him. And she certainly determined to seduce him, and he would have inclined to her had he not seen the proof of his Lord, and thus it was that we should avert from him evil and immorality. Indeed, he was of our chosen servants. I wondered what proof had Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala shown Prophet Joseph. I would like to see the proof, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, please. After a number of years, my relationship with my husband became strained. He wouldn't let me sleep and argued with me for most of the night. One night in 2008, the day of judgment came upon me while I was still a sinner. The sun rose from the west. I saw it with my own eyes. Now I was dead and in hell, with a companion who looked like my husband, but was a demon jinn inside. Everywhere I looked, I could see demons looking at me. I could see them in the patterns of wood. I could see them on the walls, even on the prayer mat where I stood. The day was never day, it was always an eerie night. Demon dogs would howl and bark from a distance outside. My skin would constantly burn, and I would constantly drink water. I could not eat the food, it stank like rotting meat. I could not sleep, my eyes were open while closed. There was no escape from this burning, fiery pit. I prayed constantly, constantly, constantly. I sang La ilaha illallah constantly, constantly, constantly. If I am alive, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, take my soul. If I am dead, please take me out of hell. My demon husband tried to feed me worse poisons. I began agreeing to eat them. There was no hope. But remember the verse in the Quran. He is the one that sends down rain even after men have given up all hope, and scatters his mercy far and wide, and he is the protector worthy of all praise. And also Quran, Surah 2, verse 214. Or do you think that you will enter paradise while such trial has not yet come to you, as came to those who passed on before you? They were touched by poverty and hardship, and were shaken until even their messenger and those who believed with him said, when is the help of Allah? Unquestioningly, the help of Allah is always near. I prayed constantly, constantly, constantly. I sang La ilaha illallah constantly, constantly, constantly. I realized one day that I was alive and hellfire was waiting for me. My sins were dragging me lower and lower into the pit of hell, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was also calling me. Why did I forget Dajjal is here? Why did I forget it's nearing the end of the world? During this Ramadan of 2008, Allah promised me forgiveness on my birthday. We have enjoined on man kindness to his parents. In pain did his mother bear him, and in pain did she give him birth. The carrying of the child to his weaning is a period of 30 months. At length, when he reaches the age of full strength and attains 40 years, he says, O my Lord, grant me that I may be grateful for thy favour, which thou hast bestowed upon me, and upon both my parents, and that I may work righteousness such as thou mayst approve, and be gracious to me in my issue. Truly have I turned to thee, and truly do I bow to thee in Islam. Such are they from whom we shall accept the best of their deeds, and pass by their ill deeds. They shall be among the companions of the garden, a promise of truth which was made to them in this life. So, Alhamdulillah, I realized Allah had just made a promise with me in this life. And Alhamdulillah, I seem to have knowledge that I did not have before. God forgive me if this was a coincidence. I dreamt I witnessed the removal of an old woman's soul. When I awoke, relatives informed me my Dai had died. She was a woman who always fed me a little dirt mixed with my food. I do not blame her, as my dad killed her son. Yet her husband, my forgiving Daya, chose to raise us. After her death, I started seeing her in recurring dreams. She would be waiting for me to cook her food. In my dreams, I fed her dirt and hair cooked in with her food. The dreams distressed me, and I built her a well in Kashmir. Now I no longer see her hungry, distressed soul when I sleep. My dreams and visions suggest hell is different for different crimes. The evil mother-in-law and evil husband become the slaves of the daughter-in-law and wife. Be careful what you make people do in this life, as you will be doing those things in the next. I only warn you, choose your destiny. May Allah guide us, protect us, and give us peace. May Allah guide the Satanist, Antichrist, and the devil to the straight path. May the ultimate success be that all creation unite for truth and justice, and allow humans to know they are not wiser than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Please Allah, grant us all guidance, grant us all forgiveness. Make our children be a source of peace for the parents, and make the parents be a source of peace for the children. And please Allah, make me be a source of peace for all, and may I achieve martyrdom defending the vulnerable.